The purpose of our workshop today was to review with the participants the learnings that we've had the last 18 months as we've been in the process of designing a collective label for St. Lucia, the Taste of St. Lucia label. But most importantly, out of those lessons to agree what we need to do next. I think that's the most important thing, that we come out of this phase of our work with a commitment and an energy to take this further. We've been able to test the brand outside of St. Lucia, in particular in the UK and somewhat in the US, and we see a very positive reaction. Typically, the different kinds of questions that we've posed, we see of the order of 80% of respondents are very positive in some way or other about the image of St. Lucia and the interest that they show in products that could carry that label. For companies thinking about whether they would like to join in with the Taste of St. Lucia label, we would say it depends on their degree of capability to meet the standards. One of the goals behind this label is to encourage better standards. Not everybody's able to do that, but we think everybody needs to be on a journey to higher standards. We believe there are many benefits to taking part in this collective label, both for the big companies and the smaller companies, and by all working together and doing so with improving quality, there'll be benefits for everybody. For a small country like St. Lucia, as is true for a small company, you have to be very efficient and strategic with your investments. You can't afford to spread your money around too thinly. So when you're a smaller country, you have to play to your strengths, and one of those strengths has to be to come together. The advantage of being small is that you know the different companies, you know the different communities here, and you're able to come together more easily than a big country would. So one of you, smallness can be an advantage. So by coming together, pooling your resources, playing to your strengths and not your weaknesses is very, very important. And that's one thing that the discussion about Taste of St. Lucia has allowed us to be clear on. What are the strengths of St. Lucia and what we should be doing with those to communicate them more effectively to the outside world. There's a very clear potential link between tourism and St. Lucia's ability to promote its products, and that is that the island is first and foremost known for its tourism and hospitality sector, which is a great advantage, both in terms of its image, but also in terms of the number of visitors, and therefore potential representatives, the so-called ambassadors of the brand, who can go out and be enthusiastic about the product. So really the number of visitors is a very important vector for what you want to do. Now, there are a number of practical ways in which those things can be linked, and there's a lot of creative ideas in the participating companies and in TIPA and the organisations to think how those two worlds can be bridged. Ideas such as creating a common retailing concept, bringing products together and linking the tourism experience together with products. Some of the companies already do this very well, and there is more to be learned, and that shared learning with other companies about how we can build tourism and products together and have mutual benefits